have Skype meetings rather than you know, sort of descending on one particular focus in the country. It's very convenient. And Aharon from Israel has joined us, so that's very nice, and got to know him quite well. And his company make and design this, the other way around, design and manufacture the Ayecka receiver, which is running in the other room there, and we've had on test. UMETs have had on test successfully, and Aharon's going to make a presentation about this receiver.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I take the challenge of the after lunch. I'll try to entertain you. As Francis mentioned, my name is Aharon, and I work at Space-Band, which actually distributes the satellite DVB S2 receiver made by Ayecka, who is the manufacturer from Israel. Please don't hesitate to stop me and ask any question anytime. So I'll take you through the presentation. I'll present the company, the manufacturer, the general technical specification. We'll go through some different available configuration, form factors, specification of performance, some functionalities, different power, and the management options. We'll touch a little bit upon a few options that we'll have soon on our roadmap. I'll share with you some reputable reference customers and partners, and we'll summarize. So I have about 15 slides in 30 minutes. I believe it will be okay. So Ayecka, the manufacturer, was founded in Israel in 2004. Actually, it's a privately held company, and they are focused on developing solutions and technologies for the SATCOM, for different vertical, for satellite data network operators, broadcasters, government and defense, and as well to DTH operator. One of the most famous success that they had recently is a development project that is financed by Eutelsat to develop something that's called Smart LNB. That you can see here on the picture that this is the antenna, and this is actually a very heavy or fat LNB that turn the standard receive-only DTH installation into an interactive DTH for application like voting, ordering video on demand, and others, where the return link is by satellite. Unlike the current return link in this application is for your DSL at home or LAN. So there is a lot of innovation in this company. It's not a large company, but very dynamic and capable. They have already very reputable international operators, and these products that we are happy to present and to show you of these demodulator or receiver, if you like to call it, already deployed, and I think we already shipped more than 5,500 all over the world. And this number is not only for EUMETSAT users, of course, but also for operators from these vertical that using this demodulator for receiving data over satellite. And as I mentioned, Space-Band is the distribution partner for Ayecka in Europe. Moving forward, before we go and dive into the technical specification, I would like to present you that we have, based on the same core technology, two types of the same core technology or electronics receivers. We have the compact, or the way it's mentioned on the website, the small form factor, which is actually this one. We call it small form factor. We also have a 1U 19-inch rack mount for government and agencies of the same software. Now, just to present you the two different types of solution. So the compact one, which is this one in different color. So usually it's for individual, for home use. It's very small, as you see. We are actually using two types of power supply for the selection of the user. We have the desktop, which is 30 watt. Some people prefer desktop. And we have the wall mount. Both of them are 12 volt, which is the most common standard power supply, which makes it very easy just in case in the future you would like to find an alternative. We decided to develop the box with self-cooling. So you can see that there are no holes here that can accumulate dust. We prefer to keep it clean. We found that if we would use a fan, it would make noise. We would like to get rid of the noise. Many of you using it at home, in the living room. We don't want to create annoying noise. We also believe that a fan in this kind of box is also a potential point of failure. Sometimes in the future, all these fans made of mechanic moving parts, and as we all know, mechanic moving parts has unknown but limited time that sometimes in the future can stop working. And again, more holes is more potential for accumulating dust. So we decided, like every laptop, that a little bit gets some warm, okay? We are aware of that. It is get a little bit warm, but it's not something that we cannot touch or something that is dangerous or risky, and we prefer it in this way. You can see on the screen the back and the front of these, and you can see that we have a separate port for management that support up to 100 base T, while the traffic support up to Giga Ethernet interface. And in the back side of the product, you can see that we have dual RF inputs, okay? So this is actually about the compact or the small form factor receiver. If we move on, you can see that we have the 19-inch that looks like any industrial or telco-grade router. We can take up to 3 separate receiver in the same chassis, supported by quite heavy and telco-grade power supply that can drive them with up to 180 watt. And we also have a version which is optional that we can actually add inside kind of internal server. So in case you want to remotely access the unit via HTTP GUI, you can do that. It actually has an internal server that can give you an access to the 3 servers inside. While you are using this remote access HTTP GUI, you actually get this screen that is actually representing all the information that you can use without this remote HTTP GUI by interfacing to the unit with a USB or Ethernet through the interface here. But agencies and some individuals prefer to have this type of operation for management, and we have it available. It's very convenient. In this slide, actually, I will present a little bit of the technology and the performance side. I'm not going to get too much and dive into the technology, but generally speaking, it's a very high-level professional demodulator or receiver. It supports the ACM, the famous VCM that we spoke, Peter Klaus describing how much it's important, and of course CCM. The units support up to 16 or 32 APSK, so it's really give you the ability to receive very high-speed data, especially for the future. One of the most unique features that we have in the product that we are very proud is, as I mentioned, we have a Giga Ethernet interface for the traffic, which we think is very useful, especially for the future development of EUMETSAT services. We saw the presentation of Peter Klaus talking about every period of time there is an increase in the bandwidth and speed. They add the PID and they add services, and the bandwidth or the speed of the services is just going up in one direction, more and more. and consuming more bandwidth and need for more speed. We see today that they have a basic services and a high-level services, and I expect that they will provide more and more information from more sources in satellite, that they will need more and more bandwidth. And with this Giga Ethernet interface, we can actually receive full transponder of 36 megahertz. One of the claim to claim of Ayecka is that they develop a hardware accelerator, which is actually an FPGA chip, and they designed and implement this demodulator without any software, which means that unlike other implementation of other companies, there is no real-time processor with embedded software inside, but a hardware implementation via FPGA chip, which means since there is no software, there is no packet per second limitation, almost with zero jitter and latency. And frankly speaking, the reason for this was coming from the fact that the same company, Ayecka, is also developing a demodulator for critical mission applications. And they use the same hardware, which is a very high-level hardware for this mission of this demodulator. And we really enjoying a very high-end traffic performance. It's actually a wire speed performance. If I move forward and speak about the functionalities. So in this part, we think that the product comes with a very wide functionalities, starting with the fact that you have, even though most of you needs only one RF input, we decide to implement two. Why two? Because some of you are using two antennas, two RF sources. You want to have the, first of all, one more, always give you flexibility and redundancy. There is an automatic switch over between one RF unit to the other. It supports the power to serve two LNBs, two separate LNBs. Actually, you can also enjoy the internal chip that comes with dual tuners. And with these, you can serve with 8 PSK and CCM dual carriers. Or if you have 16 APSK and up in ACM, you can use only one carrier. We also have the option to add software support to drive DISEC, to control different LNBs and RF. The other issue, as we spoke, you have the ability to separate the management from the traffic, which we find also unique. Although I'm aware that most of the usage of such kind of networking topology is usually by enterprises, that they have different LAN for management, other than the traffic, we find that some individual at home also find it very, very useful. You can also combine the two, because we have inside the product Giga Ethernet switch that you can combine the two, but it also gives you the flexibility to run it from remote, and it is useful. We think that the product as is was really found matured and with a complete and variety of functionalities and features that really serve the usage of the EUMETSAT service. About management, specifically, I think we have a product that first support all the type of operating systems. If it's a Microsoft or a Mac or a Linux, everything is being supported. And then, if you want to manage the unit, you have two options. You can run a command line interface by a cable USB, or you can plug into the Ethernet port of the management. And of course, as I mentioned before, also for this option, there is this remote HTTP GUI external box that enable you to access this unit from remote and using HTTP GUI interface. Now, not yet, but in a very short time, we will add to the next version something that actually came from people in this room, maybe from David Taylor. We learned that we need to add to the product a dashboard, actually simplifying the monitoring of the RF signal, the RF actually power, and the status of the traffic. This is just a dashboard, a basic dashboard that will show you and present you the status of these the indicators. And then you can, of course, double-click and go into the other screen with all the parameters that you saw before. So this is coming. This is not yet implemented, but it will, and it will come shortly. Just to save you the time to open the box, if you are curious, so you can see it. I did the work for you. I didn't open the box. I got the picture. A few of the things that we spoke about, and that was very helpful for me to learn about the product. So you can see the hardware accelerator, the FPGA. You see the two ports, one for the traffic, another is for the management. You see the Giga Ethernet PHY that supports the interface, the demodulator, the LNB chip that support the two RF inputs. And there is a lot of technology inside this company, and we are very pleased that you will use it. Moving forward, and one of the latest reputable customer that I am very pleased to mention is Meteo France. Meteo France is using us among many other reputable customers. I'm showing this to you so you will feel that we are really delivering this product to reputable operator. And you can see names that this is the Slovak Meteorological and Hydro Agency. This is a French system integrator. This is the Royal Meteorologic Institute from Belgium. It's a Spanish company. This is a satellite data operator. This is a defense system integrator. Of course, EUMETSAT, OMG from the US. This is the Latvian weather forecasting. We have Turkish, we have Telespazio from Italy. We have many customers. They are a selected one. And of course, we have also the GEO Club as well. This is not a customer, this is a partner, so not belong to this slide. It's a better level. Okay. If we want to summarize what we would like to present to you, so we are very happy to show you that the SR1 is actually really proven as a matured and a high-performance product. It has Giga Ethernet interface. It has an internal hardware accelerator. These two enable you to really maximize traffic without any packets per second limitation, which I think you will be very happy to have such a product, not for now, not for next year, but let's say three years down the road, that the bandwidth will be needed and more application bandwidth hungry and consumption will grow. There is a variety of functionalities that you can enjoy from this product, starting with the dual RF, which is very useful. There are separate ports for management and traffic. There is a variety of management capabilities and support of DISEC. And last but not least, we find that this product is highly reliable because there is no fan and the power supply and all the other components are really highly reliable. They were selected carefully to make sure that these products will not return to the manufacturer. So we think that we are very pleased to share with you this information. We will welcome and will be happy to receive any comments, any feedback, any information. And actually, we're already enjoying a lot of information that I and Ayecka receive from you that helps us to get better and better and improve always the product and support and serve you as our customers. I think this is the last slide. Be happy to take questions if you have.
Well, I think the first thing